Assalamualaikum, Maha. So the course is about finance for strategic managers. So overall finance is always related to the accounts officers, accountants, but it has many deviations. In this course, in this ATHE level 7, we are going to cover it for strategic managers. In this course, we have three learning outcomes, LO1, LO2, and LO3. Again, it has assessment criteria, merit parts, and distinction as well. Now let's see here. After each and every roadmap, we do have an indicative content of every LO for LO1, LO2, and LO3. While doing the assignments and making slides, we are going to consider these points. Because in the end, when the assignments are going to be checked, they have to, they always see the indicative content first and then see the assignments to match the points. Okay. So again, we have a scenario and we have a report as well through which we are going to discuss the whole assignment. We have 4 tasks including in it, all covering the LOs and assessment. And I'm sure you are familiar with all the assignments before as well. I have taught a familiar subject earlier as well. Now this is the suggested evidence, or you can say guidelines for the assessors plus for you as well. While writing the questions and answers, we have to focus on the indicative content, suggested evidence, and the essence of the command verb, which is very, very necessary. So the learning outcome 1 states, understand the importance of the financial data in formulating and delivering the business strategy. So we will see that what is the importance of the financial data and how we can formulate it and deliver it in the business strategy. So financial data plays a crucial role in formulating and delivering the business strategy. It provides the quantitative information needed to make informed decisions, allocate the resources, and assess the effectiveness of the strategic initiatives. So whatever main or the major decisions we have to make in the organization, we have to see it from the various perspectives. It can be quantitative, it can be qualitative, then how we're going to allocate the resources, are the resources scarce or not? Are we having in bundle? Then all the decisions should be informed to the cross-functional departments as well. That is the member of all the departments. Now, there are reasons that why financial data is important or necessary in the strategic management process. Financial data refers to numerical information, that is the number ones, and records related to the financial activities and performance of an individual. Now, the individuals are the employees, the consumers, the suppliers. Then organization includes the whole organization, including the board of directors as well, an entity. These data points provide insights into the financial health, transactions, and financial decision-making of the subject as well. Now, this is the general definition of the financial data. Now, coming towards the main learning outcome 1. The first point states that why we do this, because to inform the decision making. Now, financial data such as income statements, balance sheets, and cash flow statements. Now, these 3 statements are very necessary in the accounts. I don't know whether you have learned accounting in your previous years or not, but these 3 are very necessary. In income statement, we are basically making the profit and loss account of the business. And in the balance sheet, we are looking at the long-term assets, current assets, and how it is like we see the financial health of the business at the end of the year. And cash flow statements, how much cash flow is going out of the business and how many cash we are getting in. Now, decision makers can use this information to evaluate the financial implications of different strategic options, such as entering the new markets. Obviously, when we are a business, we're not going to stick into producing one thing. We have to diversify ourselves. Launching new products or making acquisition. Acquisition is taking over another business. Resource allocation. Business strategies often require the allocation of financial resources, including capital investments, operational expenses, and research and development budgets as well. So, other than acquiring the financial resources, talking about the budget in a business, we have various other things as well, that how we are going to inculcate the capitals, how we're going to attract the capital investments in the business, the day-to-day expenses that are the operational one, and the research and development budget. Obviously, when we are going to fund the R&D department of the business, it is obvious we are going to produce new and innovative products in the market. Financial data helps leaders prioritize and allocate the resources effectively to support the strategic goals of the organization which we have made. So we have to take the things side by side, aligned to the goals and the strategic goals of the organization. Then we have performance measurement. Financial metrics and key performance indicators, which are the KPIs, allow organization to monitor the progress towards strategic objectives. Now, to see the strategic objectives, whether we are achieving it or not, we use the indicator, key performance indicator, which is known as KPI. By tracking financial performance, companies can identify areas where the adjustments are needed to stay on course or optimize their strategies. That is the weaknesses of the organization. By allocating this performance indicator, what we can do is we can easily tackle the weaknesses and convert it into the strengths. Risk assessment and mitigation. Financial data helps in identifying financial risks and uncertainties that may impact the success of the strategy. Now, these include the assessing factors such as liquidity, that is how much cash we are having in the business. Solvency, are we going to solve the problems and that to up to extent or not? And exposure to the market fluctuation, maybe because of the climatic change or a natural disaster, we should have a backup. So how we can deal with the market fluctuation, and even when the stock rates get down, the share prices goes down, what will happen to the market, how it will affect the goodwill of the organization. Strategies can then be adjusted or risk mitigation plans developed accordingly. Feasibility analysis. Before implementing a strategic initiative, organizations often conduct financial feasibility studies. These studies use financial data to assess whether the strategy is financially viable, considering factors like expected revenue, cost, and return on investment. Investment attraction. Now, the investors, lenders, and stakeholders rely on financial data to evaluate the attractiveness of the company's strategy. The performance of the company, which is depending totally on the finance and articulated strategy, can attract the capital and support for the growth initiatives as well. Then we have accountability and transparency. Where the point is, okay, here it is. Financial reporting ensures accountability and transparency within an organization. It allows stakeholders to assess whether strategic goals are being pursued effectively and whether the resources are being used efficiently. Scenario planning. Financial modeling and scenario analysis using historical and current financial data help organizations prepare for different business conditions. Benchmarking and competitive analysis. Financial data allows companies to benchmark their performance against industry peers and competitors. That is the people which are working in the organization and outside. This comparative analysis can reveal opportunities for the improvement or areas where a company excels relative to its competitors. That is, it is not necessary that whatever the measures we are taking in an organization, the other organizations are not taking, which are known as the rivals. Even they can tweak things. Communication and alignment. Financial data serves as a common language for aligning different departments and teams within an organization. It helps ensure that everyone understands the financial implication of strategic decision and is working toward common financial goals as well. Now, these are the concluding way. This is how we have to conclude the lecture, even in the answers as well in your sheets. That is, financial data is the foundation upon which effective business strategy is built. A deep understanding of financial information is crucial for the executives and leaders to formulate and deliver the successful business strategies that again drive what? The growth, the profitability, and sustainability. Again, sustainability is a very important factor nowadays because of the 17 sustainability goals, like poverty, food, water wastage, etc. Now, coming towards the assessment criteria, it says evaluate the sources of financial data which can be used to inform business strategy. Now, we have to focus on the command verb as well. That word actually evaluate says. It says we have to discuss the strengths and weaknesses. We can discuss the similarities and differences. And at the end, we have to judge or you can say, make a conclusion out of it. Now, coming towards directly on the point, we have two sources to it. Again, all the points are present in the indicative content, internal sources and the external. First, we will discuss the internal ones. Internal accounting system. Now, what is the advantage of it? Internal accounting system, including the financial statements like income statement, balance sheet, provide detailed and financial data specific to the organization. They are highly customizable, allowing for in-depth analysis tailored to the company's need. Like whenever we face problem of fraud in the organization, we are not knowing that how much money is going here and there, we can easily just do the calculations on the income statement, balance sheet, which is also known as statement of financial position, and cash flow statement. And in this way, we would know that what is happening in the company. The con is the accuracy and the reliability of the internal data depends on the quality of accounting practices within the organization. Errors in recording transactions can lead to incorrect financial information. That is why I gave the example in the first poll that it also helps in making up the correct, what do we call it? The correct information of the budget. The payroll data. Now, payroll data contains information about the labor cost, employee benefit, and workforce rent. That is all the fringe benefits which we allow the workers to have. It is critical for understanding staffing needs and labor-related expenses. Now, we are hiring the labor, but we have to see whether we are fulfilling their needs or not. While useful for the HR and financial analysis, payroll data may not provide a comprehensive view of the entire business strategy. It is focused on the labor cost and workforce management. Suppliers. Suppliers can provide data on the vendor relationships, payment terms, and procurement cost. Now we're talking about the suppliers, the one which from whom we're getting what? Our raw material, each and everything. So they're a very important aspect of the business. Now this information is crucial for assessing supply chain efficiency and cost management as well. The con is supply data is limited to the specific transactions and relationship between the organization and its suppliers. It may not offer a holistic view of the business. Why? Because we cannot consider only the data which is from we're taking from the supplier. We have to see each and every department and entities. Okay, then we have company's house or equivalent regulatory authority. The pro is Company House provides publicly accessible financial and legal data about companies, including financial statement, directors, reports, and ownership information. Now, it is valuable for the benchmarking and comparative analysis as well. The con is the data available from the Company House or the regulatory authority is historical and may not reflect real-time financial conditions. Obviously, because it is a past data, so it cannot fully help us in making the financial statements. Additionally, it is primarily focused on the legal and finance compliance as well. The budget, which is specifically related to the fiscal authorities of the government or the fiscal policies. The government budget and fiscal reports provide information about the taxation, economic conditions, and government policies that can impact the business environment. This data helps in strategic planning and risk assessment as well. So, fiscal policy is directly related to the government spending and taxation, and ultimately it affects the consumers. The government budget data may be macroeconomic and not specifically tailored to individual businesses. It is essential for understanding the broader economic context as well. Accuracy. Now we are discussing, before that we discussed the internal and external sources both. Now we're going to be discussing it overall. So overall, we have the points which include accuracy, relevance. Now accuracy is what about? It is about the internal sources which can provide highly accurate and up-to-date financial data. That is, it is very necessary that we have an accurate information in the organization present to make the financial reports. Why? Because it will ultimately have the company house and government, that is the regulatory authorities. Relevance. In this, we have internal sources which are directly relevant to the company's operation and strategic goals. The internal sources which we discussed earlier, they are all related to the operation, that is day-to-day and the strategic goals. Then we have external sources which provide valuable industry context and the benchmarks. Other than these, we have timelines, that is in how much time period we are going to cover each and every project and how it is going to affect the accounting system, and definitely the reports as well. Comprehensiveness. Internal data can provide a comprehensive view of the organization's financial health. External data complements this by offering industry and economic insights. When we're going to have an economic and industry insights, information about them, then it is easy to make a comprehensive and a viable and a short and compact report. But internal data may be influenced by the organization's interest and may not always be impartial. External data, however, from reputable resources tends to be more neutral. That is, they are going to be more equitable. And again, this is how we are going to conclude an answer. Both internal and external Sources of financial data are vital for informing business strategy. Internal sources provide a detailed view of the company's financial performance. Now, it is easily understandable from the conclusion that what internal sources are meant to be. While external sources offer industry's benchmarks, that is the plus point of it, and economic context. The key is to use a combination of these two sources, ensuring that the data is accurate, correct, relevant, and up to date to make well-informed strategic decisions. Moving towards the assessment criteria 1.2, again, the command verb, we have to focus on the assignments as well, and the indicative content plus suggested evidence. The need for the financial data and information in relation to the business strategy. That is why we need financial data and information. The point starts from here. Okay. Assessing the finance requirement. To develop and execute a business strategy, it is essential to know how much capital is needed. Obviously, if we are in a business, we're going to lead a project, we should know that how much budget is going to be required. That is why we always conduct net present value of the project, that is NPV. This includes understanding the cost associated with the strategy. This includes understanding the costs associated with the strategy implementation and whether additional financing will be required or not. Obtaining the finance. Now, when seeking external financing from the banks, investors, or other sources, that is the microfinance as well, the financial data is very important. Lenders and investors want to see a clear picture of the company's financial health and potential returns on the investment. Reporting to the owners, shareholders, and stakeholders is point number 3 and 4. Financial reporting is a legal and ethical requirement for the business. Obviously, because we as investors, stakeholders, we have invested in the organization, so we have a right to see the financial report as well. Accurate financial data is needed to communicate the company's performance to owners, shareholders, and stakeholders. It helps in maintaining transparency and trust. That is what clear and open culture. In this way, it helps in doing the correct investments. Setting and meeting the target point number 4. Financial information including historical data and forecast. Just let me write 3 over here and 4 over here. Okay, that's it. Then we have point number 5. Appraising the new projects. When considering new projects or initiative as part of the strategy, financial data is essential for feasibility studies and investment appraisal. It helps in evaluating potential returns and risk. That is why we always have to appraise a new project, because it is going to tell us whether we are managing risk. Now, financial data is vital for assessing and managing financial risk. This includes understanding the impact of risk and profitability, cash flow, and the overall financial stability of the company. So that is how we can manage the risk. When we know the cash flow statement, the condition of the cash in the business, the risk, how much it's going to be profitable or not, then we can only take a step. We have profitability and cash flow. This is point number 7 and point number 8. Assessing profitability is a core component of any business strategy. Financial data such as income statement helps in analyzing the profitability of different products, services, or business segments. Because in the income statement or profit and loss account, we tend to know that what profit is going to be has been made in the end of the year. Because in income statement, we have sales, revenue, cost of goods sold, expenses, these kind of things, and gross profit as well, the most important component. Then we have cash flow. Cash flow is often a more critical factor than the profitability, because cash flow is the is like we can check the financial health of the business by checking the cash flow, and that is how much cash is coming and how much cash is going out. The investments are coming, funds are going out. Okay, then we have, I think, point number 8. Then we have point number 9 and 10. I think we have 12 points to it. Yeah. Understanding the current and potential future value of the business is essential, especially in exit strategies or mergers and acquisition. Business valuation relies heavily on the financial data. Why business value, the worth is important? Because whenever we have to merge with another company, we have to take over another company, that is acquisition, we have to see the value of it, of ourselves and for the other company as well, whether it's a reputable or not, a renowned organization or not. Financial stability, even if it is not renowned, then how we can make it a renowned business? Because local businesses, they are not renowned. They slowly and gradually set up themselves. Financial data helps assess the financial stability of the company. This is crucial for ensuring the company's ability to weather economic downturns or unexpected challenges. Always should we have a backup. That is called drawings, personal drawings of the owners of the organization. Whenever we face any problem, we know that how we could fund the project or any problem which we are facing at that moment. And these are point number 11 and 12. Cost projections. Cost projections are essential. Why? Because for budgeting and cost management within the strategy, understanding the future cost 10 is crucial for maintaining the competitiveness. That is why cost projections are necessary. Then we have internal needs versus external needs. Financial data serves both internal and external purposes. Internally, it helps management make informed decisions. Externally, it is required for compliance, reporting to stakeholders, and attracting investors. So, when we are discussing about the internal needs of the organization, we are actually talking about the decisions which are going to be made in the organization, so that each and every department should be informed about it. And when we are talking about external needs, we're talking about how we are going to attract the new stakeholders, shareholders, or the investors, and how we are going to report, like not how. This is an obligatory part of any person in the organization to report the stakeholders about the financial health of the business. Then moving towards the conclusion for today, in summary, financial data and information are the lifeblood of business strategy. They enable organizations to make informed decisions, allocate resources effectively, manage the risk, and communicate their financial health to various stakeholders. Now, the points which we discussed above in this assessment criteria 1.2, how beautifully we have jotted down in the conclusion. This is how we are going to do the assignments as well. I have a lot of and I face a problem while checking the assignments is this, that the conclusion is very, very vague. Then, without accurate and timely financial information, it is challenging to develop, execute, and monitor a successful business strategy. That's it for today. I hope the lecture is clear to everyone, to Maha and Mariam as well. Okay. We only covered assessment criteria 1.2 today and 1.1. And in the next class, we will be discussing assessment criteria 1.3, 1.4, and the merit I1. And other than this, we will be covering the task as well, so that we should know that how to tackle it with the help of command. Thank you so much.